I hope you're all staying warm and not getting sick like me, but nonetheless. Hearthstone's open beta gets delayed. Red 5 Studios fires their CEO. Evil Genius Online gets open beta, and Aura Kingdom gets its closed beta. These stories and more are on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Those wishing for Hearthstone's open beta before the end of the year are officially out of luck. Blizzard has decided it needs more time fine-tuning the CCG and has now set its sights on releasing the game sometime in January 2014. Blizzard originally intended to launch the open beta this December, but the team felt even after the most recent updates, there are still too many things in need of fixing before Hearthstone was ready for a wider audience. In a blog post on Battle.net, production director Jason Chase explained the team has been making great progress on improving server stability, but there still are a few things that have come up that we want to fix before we leave the closed beta phase. He goes on to say the team is very close to the open beta and urged everyone to continue to provide feedback and report bugs. Chase did have some good news though. As of December 19th, everyone who opted into the closed beta prior to December 16th should have received a beta key. If you happen to check your inbox and find no key, some users are reporting the invite emails are landing in spam folders in Gmail's new promotions tab. Google strikes again. Red 5 Studios, the developers behind the MMO FPS Firefall, have removed Mark Kern from his role as Red 5's Chief Executive Officer. Mark Kern was the last of the 4 original founders of Red 5 who started the studio in 2006 after leaving Blizzard. Not only was Kern removed as CEO, he was effectively ousted from the entire company. In an email sent to all Red 5 employees, James McCauley, Red 5's Vice President of Development and now acting CEO of Red 5, stated, "Mark will no longer have any authority to act for or on behalf of Red 5 Studios." McCauley then went on to reassure team members, saying, "We are and will continue to be here to serve and support each of you." No reason has yet been given, either through email or to the public, as to why the board decided to remove Kern, but delays and mismanagement involving the studio's flagship MMO are most likely to blame. The studio cut a portion of its staff in September, around the same time we reported on Red 5's employees' seemingly overwhelming dissatisfaction with the current direction the studio was heading. For more on this story, be sure to check out the full article on MMOBomb.com. If you aren't busy tonight, you could try your hand at taking over the world in Rebellion's browser-based Evil Genius Online, which just launched into open beta. The original Evil Genius was released on PC in 2004 as a single-player game which had players managing a secret lair filled with henchmen. Throughout the game, players would command their lackeys to build new areas of the lair, furthering your evil reach and propelling you closer to world domination. Evil Genius Online attempts to recapture at least some of the original's charm, but set in a browser setting. Facebook to be specific. In an attempt to make fans of the original feel more at home, Rebellion asked closed beta players how they can make the game better. While undoubtedly many asked for a true PC sequel with one supposedly in the works, Rebellion says they've implemented some of the requested changes, including improving the UI feedback and adding in iconic super agents from the original. Rebellion says after the holidays it has more to add, including new room types, specialized minion training, and global domination mode. There's been a lot of buzz surrounding X Legends anime MMORPG Aura Kingdom. The MMO began its founders beta this past week, and publisher Area Games found their servers immediately crushed by the influx of players. The servers have since stabilized, but Area has now braced itself for an even larger influx of players. Starting this Monday, Area Games opened Aura Kingdom doors ever so slightly more and began allowing in closed beta participants. If you're eager to secure a beta key, you shouldn't have to look very far. Area Games is currently granting immediate access to the closed beta for all fans who sign up through Aura Kingdom's Facebook page. You may remember S2 Games' newest MOBA, Strife, from our early PAX preview, but in case you forgot, you'll be pleasantly surprised to know Strife is entering closed beta, giving players the chance to try and test the game for themselves. The MOBA aims to differentiate itself from the masses by being more team-oriented, focusing on building upon the team's synergy rather than each member's shortcomings. According to the press release, the makers of Heroes of Newerth are determined to create a more connected multiplayer experience. Strife is focused on giving players an environment where they're competing with enemies, not their own teammates. Beta signups are not region locked, so players from around the world can freely mix, mingle, and mash each other into paste. Funcom's LEGO Minifigures Online has spruced up its internet presence, unleashing a new website, informative trailer, and beta access, as well as declaring the game will launch in the summer of 2014. The commentated trailer gives a surprising amount of insight into how the game will play, offering up an MMO-esque trinity in the form of Defender, Striker, and Builder characters. Defenders and Strikers seem to fit the tank and DPS roles, so you'd imagine Builders are more about supporting and healing, though they're only described as being better at building than other minifigs. Perhaps keeping in line with the console LEGO titles, there are no actual healers per se, but just plenty of opportunities to build really cool stuff. Players won't just be building, however, as it looks like there are multiple interesting boss battles spread out over a variety of uniquely themed worlds. A few classes were also profiled, including the DJ who literally drops the bass, a Viking woman, a Revolutionary War soldier, and that guy in a chicken suit. By signing up for an account, you can register for the beta and start exploring the site for stars, which allows you to level up your account and reveal more minifigures. LEGO Minifigures Online is scheduled to be a multi-platform release with PC and tablet players occupying the same servers. SOE has just released their PU02 patch for Planetside II, which among other things sees further optimization added and over 10,000 words worth of balance updates spread across infantry and vehicles. The latest batch of performance improvements focuses on the client's memory use, physics calculations, and the UI. While the previous patch added well over 20 to 30 FPS for some players, this latest update won't add quite as much, but should still provide a noticeable improvement regardless. SOE spent additional time optimizing the icy content of Vesemir by making changes to the number of unique objects, object counts, and polygons per object. SOE says this will give players the same environment-based performance increase they see on Indar, the MMOFPS's most popular continent. However, Planetside II's latest patch isn't all about the numbers. It seems as though SOE spent some of their time in Vesemir building snowmen, which you can find spread far and wide. Blowing them up nets you an XP boost, but a special rare golden snowman is also fabled to exist somewhere in the cold, granting its destroyer a very exclusive reward. Disney has announced a new free-to-play Star Wars title appropriately named Star Wars Attack Squadron. Not to be confused with EA's own SWTOR space expansion, Attack Squadron is focused on PvP space combat between the two factions in many iconic locations. So far, only 3 game modes have been announced, including Team Deathmatch, Free-for-All, and Base Defense. While details are scarce, Disney has promised players the opportunity to fly classic spacecraft such as the TIE Fighter and X-Wing. According to the official website, players will be able to purchase upgrades and customize their ships with in-game currency earned after each fight. To keep things fresh, Disney says it will add new ships, upgrades, and items every month. Players can already sign up for the beta, which is set to kick off in early 2014. And the game of the week is Get Amped 2. Get Amped 2 is an MMO brawler developed and published by Cyberstep Inc., set in 2120 AD, after humans have made contact with intelligent lifeforms. Get Amped 2 features tons of intense, frantic action and nearly unlimited customization options thanks to the in-game polygon editor, which allows players to create custom skins for their characters. Players choose from one of several character styles, each granting their character a different set of strengths and weaknesses. Various fighting techniques and a wide variety of weapons can be used to attack enemies in the game, all of which can be mixed and matched to fit a particular playstyle. Characters can also be equipped with accessories which grant special attack abilities that aren't normally available to their chosen fighting technique. Get Amped 2 features multiple game modes including GAT Tournament Mode, Street Fight, and Duel that lets players bash it out in chaotic battles that include up to 20 people at once. Megaforce HQ is another mode that lets players team up to complete missions earning special points, cash, and items. One of the more interesting and unique features of Get Amped 2 is its KDJ+, a genuine music creation software inside the game that players can use to create their own catchy tunes to share with others. Although the game was originally published in Japan back in 2005, it has been continually updated, with recent updates adding new stages, accessories, character items, and even more customization options. So if you like the idea of a fast action brawler with loads of character customization, entertaining game modes and levels, and the ability to create and share not only your character designs, but your own custom music as well, then be sure to check out Get Amped 2. And that is going to be all on this week's episode of Free to Play Weekly. I hope you guys all stay warm, don't get sick, and have an amazing Christmas and Boxing Day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below, and be sure to head over to MMOBomb.com for more free to play action. Until next time, Natsumii out.